Who's we? But hopefully we'll get to Kyoto. I don't think it'll be too hard to get a lift there. And then we'll see what happens. It's another city, so it's gonna be difficult. I really hope I can camp tonight. I've spent the past 3 nights indoors. What's that? 3 nights indoors? That's just silly. One food eaten in LA travels all countries, so that was really gross, disgusting. I didn't like tripe very much. Here in Japan I had like a couple big chunks. I think it was raw squid. Like the raw squid and stuff. I didn't see the appeal of that. It didn't. Just like a chewy kind of texture, not much flavor to it. Chewy, but gooey kind of texture. Tripe's good, especially in Portugal. Yeah, I had it in France, and then it's just like I didn't see the appeal. Squid's a bit of stuff. Oh, like squid and octopus, we had takoyaki, it's like deep fried and there's like stuff inside, it's delicious. It was just raw on its own, and yeah, on its own it's just not that great. Why did you choose to spend the last 3 nights indoors? The first night was in Kobe, and I was out of battery. I couldn't go the next day, I couldn't travel the next day without recharging. So we got a place to stay, recharge the batteries. The next day we made it to Osaka. And when we got to Osaka, I met up with Eric, and he offered me a place to stay inside so I didn't have to, after a night of drinking, find a place to camp and stuff. So that was very convenient. It's kind of him. And then last night, well, I was very hungover the next day. We got a very late start. And was planning on hitchhiking out of Osaka to Kyoto yesterday, but it didn't happen. I'm just getting a place to stay tonight and gonna watch Game of Thrones, and then we'll actually do stuff tomorrow. Carry a roll TP, always have some. I don't carry a whole roll. I just carry I don't know, probably a couple meters. I've been camping outside this whole time. The majority of nights have been camping nights, but the past 3 nights have been indoors. That's kind of what the stream is about. It shows you what a day in my life of hitchhiking is like, and traditionally, historically, the majority of nights is out there camping, free camping somewhere. That's just how I do things, and it's honestly what I enjoy. When I'm staying inside, it's kind of nice, but sometimes that contrast, the switching between comfortable indoor stuff and transitioning back to hitchhiking and slogging it outdoors, it's much easier for me mentally to just stay outside. The contrast is fun, but it can be difficult to switch back and forth. Let me see what Kyoto looks like in hitchhiking sign world. Kanji. I think Japan will launch a large robot into space next year. I don't know how to respond to that question. Wander near a free campsite. This place is nice. Specific, an actual free campsite? I don't know. I just camp in parks a lot of the time here in Japan because you can. So I guess that counts as a free campsite for me for the night. Alright, Kyoto. Get home with family after hitching for months on end. Do you pitch tent back here? No, I do not. Would be cooler if I did. Kyoto's a bit more complicated. Anyway, let's make a quick sign. This is kind of just a nice place to do it. Still miss my Magnum Sharpie, but I do have nice ballpoint pens now. A Pilot G Nock. That's pretty fine too. Didn't bother you about sleeping in a tent? I got move-alongs once in Japan here on Shikoku. They're just like, oh, you can't camp here, but you can camp over here, essentially. Through a translator, they couldn't speak any English, which is to be expected, but it's nice. Okay, this is obviously too much sign. Maybe could I cut this in half? That should be fine if I cut this in half, kind of. Any more $1,000 donations? No. Not since, like, the crazy days in Kobe. This'll work. Okay. What have we got here? So, looks complicated. Hey, Mike Sai. Thank you very much for the raid, and everyone welcome back to Hitch. Guessing a lot of you have been here before. But welcome to Osaka, Japan. Heading towards Kyoto. We're writing in kanji. Kyoto. If you can read that. Sorry for the black bars. Oh welcome. And Mike Side, thank you very much. And another host, Fan and TVA. Thanks for the host as well. Everyone, welcome to Hitch. Where we'll be hitchhiking today. Osaka to Kyoto is not very far. I gotta walk a little bit further, but we're making our Kyoto sign. Free campsite map quickly using Google search. Unfortunately, with hitchhiking, I don't actually get that much flexibility with this stuff. I cut this a little too narrow. I'll try to make this work though. Oh, this one's like complicated. But like, if free campsites are out there in the nature somewhere, how do I get there, right? It's far away from stuff, right? I hitchhike, I get driven from town to town essentially because people drive me where they're going, and usually it's to the next town or something. It's hard to go to strange rural places that people don't live, where there's no civilization, you know? How do I go up to the same height? Top there. Yeah, I know they have Japanese kanji stroke orders. I'm not actually worried about the stroke orders. I'm just worried about it being legible. Rough draft. Where did I put my... Oh, there it is. Thin Sharpie lines. Now we just thicken it up a little bit.